Hello, my lovelies. We are gonna be doing a remodel. This is the old salt house. It is right across the courtyard from the place where our orange Jen currently lives. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is our apartment right here. And I want to remodel this for Orange Jen to be the house we move into when we age up into an adult, even though technically we have transitioned to Pink Jen. That's neither here nor there. Today's cuppa is ginger snap. It is a black tea with ginger, obviously, dandelion root, turmeric, cinnamon, and orange peel. And, I mean, could it be any more copper? So, the first thing I want to do is, I think we're going to start with the exterior, and we're going to move the house, and we're just going to pick it up and move it one spot back, because I just want the front door to be further back, and we're going to do... We don't need any pink lines. This is a single family lot. Alright, so we're a major crime lord, so I want to have a much higher fence. And see, I want something a little bit modern. Could just go with this tall paneled fence. What do either of you have anything remotely resembling an orange swatch? That looks like a no, because I would like it to be tall, but I don't actually like the look of these like solid stone ones, and I don't want something that's super open like this fence of Cordelia. Nosy neighbor slatted fence. That's perfect. This swatch looks like a burnt orange. Yeah, I kind of like that. Perfecto. Dankeschön. Alright, we are going to have a gate in the front and a gate in the back. There's still space in front of the gate for a mailbox instead of having a mailbox on the house. I don't actually want a mailbox on the house. I want it out here in front because I don't want someone to be able to get through security. This is the matching gate. I think we're going to use that for the back entrance. And I'm going to slide this over further to the side. I want something a little more decorative for the front. Could do this Maiden's Gate. Must be placed on a shorter fence. Weird. It's a really tall fence to go on a short fence, but okay. Maybe this one from Lovestruck. That one also goes on a shorter fence. I don't want, maybe this one, maybe... No, that one goes on a shorter fence. Are fences glitched? Yeah, I know they're glitched because I know that this gate... I don't want this big open nonsense. It's not safe for my kids. I might have to put the gate I don't actually like. Like, I don't care for this gate, but needs must. What is important is that my children are safe in our home. Let's grab a mailbox real quick, and then we'll move inside the yard, because we also need to go through, recolor and retexture everything in the front. I actually quite like the look of this mailbox, and I think it matches quite well. I'm going to terrain paint the lawn. I just don't know. Not that one. Which lawn are you? It's not actually that one. Alright, we're gonna do this bright moss and just transition the whole lawn to it. This is all flooring. This is all exterior flooring. Why? Well, this is an older pack. I guess that there is an argument to be made that they might not have had, like, the good terrain paint then. But still, I ain't paying for all of that. This house is expensive enough. Alright. Did I get it all? Did not. Okay, so I do want to do something pavement-ish that kind of matches these tiles. So I will look at stone floors for the sake of that. Is there a stone that matches this? Yeah, I'm not seeing anything with like square tiles, much as square tiles in that color palette. So I think what I want to do is get a nice orange from this comfy clay brick. And we'll do just a front walk in this. Like a more extended pad out there. And then I actually think we might do quite a lot from businesses and hobbies. It's because I know there were some really good brick and orange, and I just like the feel of it. So we'll just do like a walkway in the brick. And I did kind of like the way these planters were set on a walkway. So we'll do that. We'll do something there lawn furniture shaped. All right, I want a very orange wall brick. I might leave this stuff that's in white as a contrast color. I might change it over to like a pale orange plaster. But I think we definitely want to start with making this brick into an orange brick. I think, yeah, this is this. Do you have an orange? Okay, that's very pink. You are quite orange. That, I think, will do nicely. It's a dark redder orange, but it's still quite orange. Actually, with the lighting. What about you? You appear to be the same brick, like just going up and down instead of side to side. So I think I'm going to put some alongside this just for some visual interest and some texturing on the house. And I think we might go back and do that around the front. Let's get the chimney stack. That is a lot. Okay, do you have a very pale, like beige orange? How does that even look? No, that looks dingy. We need something a little brighter. I wonder if I try to filter by orange, if it'll even give me... That is quite orange. Let's look in rock and stone. Not being a fan of orange, that either looks very well or clashes just a little bit. So I am going to use it because that is who I am. Alright, I'm going to lower these roofs. Okay, I do want a fireplace. Okay, we have a fireplace. I thought we had a fireplace. I thought we had a fireplace against one of these walls. Was I mistaken? So we have a huge muckin' chimney stack and we don't even have a fireplace. You know what? We're gonna save that money. If I put in a fireplace, I will put in a something. All right, we need a privacy fence around this just because I don't want to get sniped while I'm enjoying this area. Because we could say it's bulletproof glass. And I think we want to pick a different ceiling or roofing. Oh, wow, that's super bright. Like, I'm trying to keep it sheet metal, but these oranges are crazy bright. Or we could just go with a super black. Okay. I think that will do for the exterior for now. I don't want to spend a lot of time and money on the exterior. Actually, let's do this brick for this balcony. There isn't currently access to the balcony. We're gonna fix that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide this over one spot, and then I'm going to extend this balcony out. And then we can have a door to this patio. All right, so quick walkthrough. You come in, there's a bedroom on the right, the master bath. This bath is so much. I think we might do something to this. Anyway, swing left, you have the living room, and if we put the walls up, there's like these walls instead of like support columns. And I don't know how I feel about them. We'll make that decision later. Then we have this huge open space that's split between a dining room and a really, really extravagant kitchen, which does have an orange swatch. It has a couple, but we've been doing kind of a mid-century vibe with copper, and I don't hate leaving it mid-century. Then upstairs we have 2 more bedrooms and another bath. And what I am thinking is we move, if we move this door, what is this lighting? If we move this door here, we can extend this and have the 2 kids' rooms with like a Jack and Jill bath between, and turn this into like a kid/teenager hangout space, or have dad's room, kids room, bath, build an ensuite into this somehow, and then turn this into like an office. Like we have options. I think what I kind of want to do is gut this, because I bought a kit specifically for our girl that I am so excited about, and I think what I'm going to start with is just moving the walls that I'm going to move and deciding on the layout. So this is a 4x5 and this is a 4x6. I think I'm going to encroach on this bedroom a little bit because this is huge. And then we will do a 2x4 that is plenty of space for a bathroom. Just center this window. They'll look weird from the outside. I don't care. This is still like, this is a 6x6 bedroom. So even if we give it a 2x3 bathroom, which is plenty for an ensuite, that is still a huge bedroom. And then we can turn downstairs into an office. And we can do an exterior door. Oh, you are kidding me. So they didn't actually make this into a freaking... This might take me a minute to fix. I apologize. There. And now the exterior wall and the interior should be different. Yes. Okay. That could have been an enormous headache. Let's get some lighting. We're gonna need some big, pretentious chandeliers that can light from the upstairs to the downstairs, but I still want to keep this very modern light. I'm like looking at lobby lighting and dine out. See, this? I don't hate that. And it does actually put good light in the basement. Do we want the rectangle or the circle? These are both from Spa Day. I think we're gonna do the rectangle. Let me just make sure this is centered. And I think we're gonna do 2 of them. Alright, now those are centered in the space. They're giving good light to the downstairs. I think we're gonna have this be Valentine's room and this be Rosman's, just because he is a painter, so he should have that corner view. She is a writer, she can look out across, like, he's a painter, this way he'll get lots of natural light, and she's a writer and she can still look out her window. Yeah. Yes, I like this. Alright. This all just feels kind of messy. I think I actually want to move this over. Like, this is messing with the kitchen layout a little bit. That is fine. I think we're gonna shrink this huge bathroom down. This seems excessive. I'm just having all of these feelings of how strange this setup is. You know what? I think I'm gonna actually rotate this just so it abuts the stairs. It still lines up with the kitchen island. I think we might move dining into the kitchen and do something else with this space. But that gives us a nice generous entryway, and then we can have Dad's office on the right. And we'll do like a gym office, you know, so you can like come in to talk to the boss and he's pumping iron. Yeah, like a tough guy. The lighting in here is so strange. I'm probably gonna replace most of it with like the subtle saucers. The saucy sauces. Alright. Let's start with this entryway. Do we... Alright, I'm gonna lose this wall. These are just really strange to me anyway, so I might lose them both. I'm having thoughts and I'm just not articulating them well. But this is all, it's all very big, but it doesn't really like do anything. Right. I think I do want some kind of decorative lighting situation. I'm going to use so many packs. I apologize to anyone that wants to download this, but I'm going to use so many packs in this. Ooh. That's nice. Do you have like a more orangey bronze swatch? That kind of reads orange a little bit. Yeah. I don't want to go to a super dark color, and I don't want to go to a super bright orange. Like, I want there to be lots of orange, but I also don't want it to be all in the same tone, because our apartment kind of is. So expensive. How much is our house currently? We've got it down to 70K. Let's splurge. Let's splurge and do this stone. Alright. I want to pick an interior color for the walls. We're going to keep it pastel. And this can stay all one color. We might throw up accent walls later. Just think what I might do just to divide this space. Go buy a little planter. And then I think, like, to keep it more open, let's get into these huge archways that we have. We can't put one under the stairs, but I actually kind of like that. I don't know how we're going to split this up, but we are definitely not keeping this one big rectangle. I think I kind of like keeping this an accent wall color. For now, I'm just going to keep this orange pastel. Yes. Yes, that is just better. And we're going to do entryway. And we're going to take this room by room. We're going to be logical. We're going to be meticulous. And while we are going to be orange, we are not going to be monochrome. We definitely... Okay, do we want like a sit here and wait bench? Or do we want like a sideboard? Let me tell you guys, the gremlins are gremlining hard. A certain Mr. Percival, who we all know is peak gremlin all the time. Every day he gremlin. He has been climbing up into one of the windows that he's not supposed to get into. So like we put things over there on purpose so that he couldn't, and he cannot be stopped. He cannot be tamed. Alright. Not having a light over here is making this really red instead of orange. Oh, I love this sconce. I never get to use it because it just never fits the mood of the house that I'm working in. And it does fix the problem I think a huge plant like right there. Because this the thing is, mid-century modern kind of walks this line between minimalist and maximalist. Like where you put the stuff, it's full of stuff, but there are also these like big empty spaces. Isn't there an enormous monstera somewhere? Could do this banana tree. That could be fabulous. I thought there was a huge monstera. Like here's a tiny monstera. This does have this fabulous orange swatch. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I want to put a butler table here. We'll just use the same console table. I keep trying to spin. I've been playing a lot of Valheim lately. For those of you who have seen my Day in the Life of a Hobbit series, in June, we're going to have a switch over to another series that I'm really excited to share with you. It's called Valheim, and you're kind of, the way it's explained in the intro is you're kind of in this transitional space between Midgard, which is the world that we dwell in, and Valhalla, and it's great. And you're kind of a slightly undead Viking. I would like to put some keys and maybe a purse. I know there's a thing where it's like a set of keys and a pair of glasses. Where are you? I'm sure it's a clutter item. It has to be. But I just want that feeling of I just threw my keys here. There it is. We'll do the yellow. I think that'll go better. I think that'll go better with the orange. Yeah. And do we want to do like unopened mail? Do we want to do... I don't want to go crazy with clutter because that's actually one of my big pet peeves from most sim builders. Oh, we definitely want this. Oh, here we go. The feminine shoes are in purple. Or pink, rather. It is a huge pet peeve for me when people fill the house and it has all of this clutter and items and like there's shelves embedded in the tables because you couldn't put the clutter item exactly where you wanted it. And then like on my previous computer, I would be like, oh, I'd watch a build video and I'm like, ooh, I want to play in that lot, and I would put it on my computer and I couldn't even open the save file because I'm not just building for myself in my playthrough. That would be nice. I am building for anyone who might want to download this lot off the gallery. So I want to keep things a little smaller. I want to keep things a little less cluttered. If that means all of my builds look slightly minimalist, that's okay. It's fine. Just, I need something on here. Yeah, let's do this heap of mail. And we'll pick whatever has the orangest swatches. This is looking like a good contender. There. Can I rotate you? And I think we want like a forgotten toy. Because the kids are still kids. Can I put this further back? Yeah, so they're bringing him home crafts from school. And he's saying, thank you guys, and displaying it prominently for all of his goons to be like, yes, boss, this is a very excellent example of a fake potted plant, which is between two other potted plants. Your children are very talented, boss. You know? Oh my gosh, I found a surface that fits on that isn't the original surface. I'm gonna go a little bit crazy with the potted plants. Pink Jen's skills, are writing and wellness, but we need to have a well-maintained garden. So I want to fill everything with plants because I want our girl to be able to have those skills that she needs. It's a little bit minimalist, but I am good with minimalist. I would like some kind of clutter item like on this lower shelf. Can you even put... I don't think you can even put things on that shelf. You know, just some silly nonsense kid thing. Well, it was a nice thought, but it doesn't actually work. So let's do this bathroom just real super quick. Like, none of these walls are going to stand upright ever. It only needs to be a half bath. There we go. We don't need to go crazy in the bathroom. Let's move into the living room. We have this huge space. I don't mind the main layout for this, but I do want it to feel more like our family. Like, we can even use the same rug, just in a more orange swatch. How orange do you get? The rug is the same size, but it fits our family better. I think I want to keep this to more modern shapes. If I sort for orange, what do I even get? So one of the big things for our guy, especially as I like to play him, is he has always wanted the home. He has always wanted the family. And he has always been determined, because like his mom moved him all over the heckin' place. His life was kind of hellish, and he does not want that for his kids. So he very much wants a place that feels like a home, that feels comforting and homey and open, and that is his priority for his kids. I wonder... That is a much better shade. And now this space is tied in because there's no walls in it. I get that we have privacy just because of the height of our walls, but I want to put curtains in here. Orange is not doing amazing things for us. What if we go with like white? They're like a pure white, like the Desert Luxe or something that has the bar, because then we can pretend that it has... Where's the little bar? This is something they genuinely need to fix, because these little bars that they have for the curtain rods for these modular curtain designs, seriously, it is so silly and kind of dumb that they're in wall decorations and not with the curtains. It's also just kind of obnoxious. Like, there's no fast way to do this. There. And now it looks like the curtains just kind of extend through. Let's get a nice mid-tier TV. We don't need to break the bank with this. Yeah, it does not need to be too huge. I want a bookcase. But which one? Oh! Do we want to do with this one? Can we put the TV on it? That's unfortunate. That kind of fits the space in the vibe. Alright, I'm gonna put up just a little bit of clutter around the room. Not gonna get excessive. Just some signs that some people live here. You know what? We'll come back to it. I want to have like a complete house. So it's like if I get into the weeds, I think we're gonna largely start over in the kitchen. I do like this being a kitchen. What countertops do we have in orange? Let's start from there. You know, this is what was already in the kitchen. I did kind of like the island. Now we're gonna have a nice stove. You know what? It's deeply silly, but I kind of love it. All right. Refrigerator. Do we want to get the schmapple? Do we want to have the very nicest fridge? It is a really nice fridge. And with this house, we need everything we can get. So by the time we get in here, we'll want to use this. I'm not going to do the cupboards because they disappear with the walls. Like, that actually makes me sad because some of those cupboards I actually quite like. But, like, you don't see them most of the time. Like, there were cupboards all the way across here and you could only see, like, the two over here. Do we want other kitchen appliances? Do we want the microwave? Do we want the blender? Are those even things that interest us? Okay, our man's bakes a lot. He needs a stand mixer. We want a popcorn popper for the fam. Alright, let's get a cookie jar for the kids. I just want there to be at least 2 completely empty pieces of counter for us to be able to do like the chopping up and the cooking on. There. That looks fine for now. A dining space. I don't want it to be all the way across here for formal dining. I think we're gonna line it up with the back door. Alright, we definitely want a very modern table. But which one? Like, this is the one that came with City Living. What are the chairs that go with it? Kind of hideous. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm gonna do a white chair, get some light in here. Or this almost, but no, that's introducing another shade of orange into the space. I think we're gonna do the white chair. It's a little bit of brightness. Then a centerpiece. A rug. I haven't used this in forever. I used to use this constantly before I had any packs. Like when all I had was base game, this was one of my go-tos. It comes in a whole bunch of colors. It's cute. Let's have it facing the door a little bit. And we're going to do a salt and pepper shaker. There they are. How long did I look for these? You don't need to know. That is between me and RNGesus. Alright, let's grab a rug. And then we'll do something with this space. Or we could save that until later, because I don't know what I want to do with it, and I don't want to spend all of my creative energy figuring it out and then have nothing left for like the bedrooms upstairs or anything like that. Yeah, we're just gonna leave this. We'll come back to it. Let's do Daddy's office, where he beats the big important scary man. You know what, I'm gonna center the door on this wall. It'll look a little less good from the outside, but it's fine. This gives off like no light. Like, that's why I so rarely bother with lighting in this. Like, I usually just hit it and quit it with the subtle saucers because because all of these cool lights barely give off any light. And it's like, well, what's the heckin' point if you're not gonna be able to use them to light your space? Let's keep the hardwood floor. We got a nice hardwood here. It's a lot. But orange is also a lot, and I do like the texture of the boards. You know what, let's be bold. And then we'll do a big white carpet. You know, it's the right color palette, it's the right size, it's mid-century. Yeah, I think this is our rug. Let's look at desks. Ooh, this one's from the detective career. I kind of like that. Yeah, that's more manly and stuff. Let's do some blinds and something over here. Maybe like just a napping couch. You know, just so he has somewhere to decompress. You know, let go of the weight of the day. A place for a couple of goons to sit while he's coordinating something. Yeah. Alright, we'll come back to this. Let's get upstairs, because that's like the space that I'm kind of excited about. We need an exterior door to be able to get out on our patio. What sorts of outdoor activities can we put out here? Alright, I think we're going to put a couple of, like, loungers. You know, catch some sun. Kind of just scrolling and scrolling. I could put a wading pool out here, and then when they're a little older, Dad is like, okay, let's get a hot tub. When they age up into teenagers. Oh, we could do a telescope. That could be a lot of fun, actually. It will increase our chances of getting kidnapped by aliens, though. Oh my gosh, I am such a dummy. We should put out a couple yoga mats. Because that is actually something our girl needs for her future. Yeah, that's pretty good for a start. Alright, we need doors, and we're just going to keep using these doors for a couple of reasons. One, they're orange. Two, they're convenient. Alright, comfort. Bed. Orange. Now, this bed has to sit really far off the wall. Oh, we need, like, a floor and a wall color. The issue is the line between orange and brown and orange and pink are so very narrow, and you never actually know what color you're putting on the wall because I don't know what settings your computer screen has. We'll leave it this. If it's a little pink on your screen, just squint at it a little bit. Dresser. I do like this one. It fits the vibe. I know we're gonna bring over some unlockables from his career, so I think we're gonna hold off on like putting a whole bunch of stuff in this room until we bring that stuff over. We'll give him a fun mirror. We'll put some art on this wall, and we're gonna call it there, just because I know like he's got the baseball bat, he's got the duffel of cash, he's got the ATM machine that he stole. I know that stuff, at least some of it, is gonna be going in this room. So we're just not gonna heck it up, and we'll do this really cool, like vaguely industrial building, modern art. Do his bathroom. Everything matches in the bathroom. Let's get you a little bath mat. Yes, perfect. All right, that's all he needs for a bathroom. He's got a big mirror here. I don't want to put a mirror here blocking my gameplay. Let's do the Jack and Jill bath. Do we want to just use the same door, or do we want to just use like a more ordinary looking wood door? I'm gonna lean more into like whites in here, because this is like Rosamund's bathroom as well as Valentine's. So it's not going to be full on pink, but it's not going to be orange either. I think what I can do is put a wall there, and then if I use arches, I can put a shower on one side, a toilet on the other, and I don't think they'll get the embarrassed moonlit because it'll count as a separate room. I don't know that for sure. We will see how it goes. Just white on silver on everything. Alright, let's do Valentine's room. Alright, so Valentine is more his father's son than his sister's brother. Both of the kids are very creative, but he's got more of a painter bent, and she's more of a writer. Oh, I kind of like the idea if he did like this big fancy mural in his room. Is there anything that reads more orange? I don't know, that feels more orange somehow. So let's do something really basic for the other walls. One thing is for sure, this kid is not afraid of color. Alright, we definitely want an easel. Alright, we want a craft table and an easel. Just gonna put in a gaming table. You know, that is something to think about for like that big empty downstairs space. Make it like a big recreational area for the family. We'll do this card table from the Don Lothario kit. That way it looks a little bit fancy. But I still need the arts and crafts table for this room. I kind of want to do a high bed, like a bunk bed. Honestly, I don't know that it'd even be worth it. I kind of love the thought of him putting his own drawings up. That appears to be the best drawing swatch. Do a rug. I think we're gonna want to put in a desk. I mean, the kid's got his homework to do and all of that jazz. I think we're gonna have you use the same desk your dad did when he was your age, and then we'll give you something with more personality when we age you into a teen. We're just gonna give you the same ones as your dad, but in a different shape. Then before Rosamund's room, I think I'm gonna like just do some decor here out in these spaces. Let's do like an armchair, like a little nook down here. Why can't it go here? That is so silly. We'll put it there. I might futz around with things later. I think I'm gonna leave this intentionally blank so that the kids can do their projects there. Because we need an empty 2x3 space to do all of the kids' school projects. Then Rosamund's room, then finalize the downstairs. Do something out the back. I don't know what, but something. All right, Rosamond's walls. We are in Pink Gen. And I definitely want to play... I intentionally got the Wonderland Playroom set specifically for Rosamond's space. And I have some super duper fun ideas. Like, I'm going to put in a wall right here. And there's this new bookcase that is built into the wall. And I don't want to do it on an exterior wall because it is literally, it is cut through the wall. Where are you? Are you just a wall shelf? Well, I don't care. Look at how perfect that is. And then she should still be able to fit a bed in here and have like this perfect little cozy space to sleep in with her books. She is going to be a writer. She is going to... She's going to kind of be in this thing similar to her dad's where her dad had to live in a poopy apartment his whole youth. She's going to have to be in a career she doesn't like for her whole youth, I think, until she becomes an adult. Let's do this. Bed. We have to work in the business career until we hit adult, and then we need to switch over and do the aspiration. Oh my gosh. All right, we definitely want this desk. Except it's huge. Is this desk even gonna this desk doesn't fit in our bedroom? Oh no. It's too tall. Oh no. Oh, I really wanted that desk. Oh, we can't have everything we want. We can have the lamp. We definitely need a desk. I didn't realize how big all this stuff is. We'll see if this bookcase still functions. Shrunk down. Here's hoping. Got a 2x1 footprint. It's fine. It's fine. And I want this dreaming dormouse. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to slide this door one over and then just tuck her in the corner here. It's like just a decor item. Not staring at us while we sleep though. Then we'll put a desk over here in this corner. I'm so sad this desk doesn't fit. Like, I got this kit specifically to decorate her room in. I'm so cranky now. We'll do this teen writing desk. I'm so disappointed. We'll do the cow print desk chair. Do we want to take this whole floor up to a medium wall just for her bedroom? Like, how much does that affect the price of the house? Okay, it doesn't change the price of the house. And while we still won't get the desk, we can at least have the curtains. And that is actually pretty important to me. We need a rug. Oh, let's do the one shaped like a cookie, and then we'll do another one over here under the desk. Then when she ages up into teen, we're going to switch over into the cozy gaming desk. Let's do a little bit of wall art. I get that this is a royal crest, but I kind of love it for her. Or, like, she's gonna dream of running away to the countryside and having a garden. Like, that's her dream. That's her fantasy for the future. Okay, we need a bedside table. We may have to cheat it because of the shelf. Oh, we didn't give your brother one either. I'm so sorry, Valentine. How orange do you get? Because you were like the perfect size to tuck like sketchbooks in. Like, I get that you're for the jewelry kit. I would like to give her a lamp. Can I do the lamp and the book? There. Now it's like mass market paperback sized. Okay. I think that's good for Rosamond's room. I think we did a pretty good job with both of the kids' rooms. Let's put some tables around this. Let's put some chairs around this gaming table. Or instead of a ping pong table, let's have a foosball table. Yeah, and then here's another spot where the kids can work on projects. Let's just give this room the same orange blinds we've been using upstairs. Are we using the same orange blinds literally everywhere? Yeah, we kind of are. Let's put just like a couple of art pieces back here. Some kind of butler's table here. I think we're really, really close to done on this. Decor to the Max was a kit from a minute ago. But it was very mid-century modern. There we are, Decor to the Max. Yes. There is something that passes for a butler's table. It's orange adjacent. It gives us a place where you can put down your cell phone and keys. In the interest of keeping things less expensive, I think we'll come back to the backyard. I think that is our orange gen build. I think that's good. I think that is genuinely quite good. I will throw this in the gallery so you can download it. So we're gonna do I'll just do NSB for Not So Berry. Orange Salt House. But we did mostly a redecorate renovation rather than a full rebuild. And we did even adding in a bunch of stuff, like there are objectively more rooms. This space was inaccessible before and now it has all of this stuff to do in there. Like we added a lot to this house and we actually managed to make it cheaper. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider leaving a like, a comment, maybe even subscribe to bring you back for more simmy nonsense. Have a happy time zone wherever in the world you are, and I will see you guys next time.